What is up, everybody? This is Lyle with No Hippie Barbecue, and I'm coming at you with a ketchup tag that was created by Authentic Epic Boom. She has a YouTube channel. I believe she's out of Long Beach, California. Anyway, she came up with this list of questions for a few people to answer, so I'm going to go ahead and answer them. Don't have anything written down but the questions, so this is going to be off the top of my head. Anyway, I'm going to leave a link to her channel in the description below. Run by there. You know, she talks about a lot of different interesting topics and things like that, so I get a kick out of it every now and then. Anyway, let's get on with the questions. Have I ever thought about collaborating? Yes, as a matter of fact, I just got done with a collaboration. I have one in the works, and I've done a bunch of collaborations with cooking channels and channels that are outside of cooking as well. So yes, I do collaborate. Number 2, what is it that we don't know about you but would find interesting? I don't know if I'm really that interesting of a person, to be honest with you. I guess, you know what, I'm 48 years old. Maybe people wouldn't know that. Number 3, have you thought about all the changes to YouTube and how it may be affecting your channel? For those of you guys who don't know, there was kind of a situation going on with YouTube advertising when a bunch of advertisers found out that their ads were being placed in front of, like, you know, ISIS videos or KKK videos or things of that nature, and YouTube really kind of tightened up for about let me let this plane go by real quick. Kind of started clamping down on anything that they thought could possibly be offensive, and it probably lasted about a month, but here was the player move that some YouTube channels did. So I haven't seen any cooking channels that actually did this, but there were a lot of other, like, actually huge channels, like in that 500,000 plus range, where they went to their subscribers and said, YouTube is taking away our advertising, we're not making any money, you know, please come over to our Patreon account and you know, sign up there, and it's only like $1, $2, $5, whatever it is a month. And a lot of people went over there. Before I go any further, there's nothing wrong with Patreon. If that's what you want to do, that's fine, but this was kind of under false pretenses, so let me get there. So they went to their subscribers, you know, said they weren't making any money, and then they were going to have to shut down their account and all this kind of stuff, but wanted them to go over to this Patreon account. In the meantime, this really only lasted a month. So a lot of these channels started getting back the same advertising and money that they were getting after that, but then they left the Patreon there, so now they're kind of doubling up. So that was a gangster, that was a pimp move right there. So anyway, most cooking channels weren't affected by that because most cooking channels aren't really cursing or doing anything offensive like that. How do I feel? Next question. How do I feel about YouTube channels that prank or clickbait? Some of those prank channels where they go around and, like, say stupid stuff to people, and, you know, I actually hope some of them people get shot. Or like the guys that dress up in Islamic clothes and go around and put a bag on a park bench and start running away. I'd actually hope that somebody shoots these guys one day. As far as clickbait, it's kind of hard to really clickbait on a cooking channel, so that really doesn't affect me or really anybody that I watch for the most part. Next question, am I in contact with anyone outside of YouTube? You know, I talk to so many people, or have spoken with so many people, that for me to name all those people, I'm sure I would miss somebody, so I'm not even going to name those channels, but channels that I've actually met. I've met Thyron at TNT Barbecue. I went out to Iowa, met him. He came out to Colorado, and we pretty much talk, you know, every day, multiple times. I've met Leland at Howlin' Smoke Barbecue. We talk on the phone every now and then. I've met Jason at GQ Barbecue, and Troy at T-Roy Cooks came by my house when he was out here last time he was in Denver. So those are the people I've actually met. Next question. What is my favorite food? I'm going to have to say that my favorite food would probably be like a lobster, crab leg, something along those lines. It's not barbecue. I like cooking barbecue, but it's not my favorite food. And actually, my cooking is so random that barbecue wouldn't just be the main focus of anything anyway. Next question, what kind of music do I like? Listen, I think I grew up in the perfect time. I was born in 1968, so in the like late 70s you had like the emergence of rap music, which I definitely love. I don't like the new stuff, but then kind of in the early 90s or late 80s you started getting that freestyle music like Expose, Cover Girls, Lanier, you know, groups like that. And then right after that you had the grunge music scene kind of popping up. You know, I like all those. I like all kinds of music. I like classic rock, old school R&B. The only music I really can't get with is country and jazz. And I'd probably take country over jazz. Jazz just sounds like organized racket to me. Alright, so next question. What movies am I into? You know, I'm not much of a movie type person, but there's 3 movies that if they're on TV I will watch them every single time. So Friday would be one, Pulp Fiction would be another one, and Full Metal Jacket would be another one. As a matter of fact, Full Metal Jacket is pretty realistic as far as boot camp, outside the fact that you typically have 3 drill instructors as opposed to 1 drill instructor that was pretty much featured in Full Metal Jacket. Let's continue. Where do I live and what is my sign? Let me see how much time I got left. I live in outside of Denver, Colorado. My sign, I'm really not much into that. I'm going to say I'm peace sign, but if you want to go by zodiac sign, I am a Libra. Do I read any books and am I into gaming? Oh God, not to take anything away from grown people playing games, but that's just one thing that I just cannot get into, is being a grown-ass man playing video games. That's just me though. Do I read any books? Now, I used to read a lot more books, but now everything is so easy to get online. You know, when in the 90s, early 90s, mid 90s, you know, if you went to where I lived, there'd be a bunch of books like, you know, The Rise and Fall of the Russian Empire, Malcolm X, you know, any biography on a whole bunch of different people, all kind of random, I would be reading. Now, if I want to know something about anything, I would be watching a YouTube video or just looking it up online. So as a matter of fact, yeah, so really not into books too much. Anyway, those were my questions. I'm not going to tag anybody because I know a lot of these cooking channels have been tagged out. So, Authentic Epic Boom, thanks for giving me a chance to knock out this tag. Everybody else, thanks for stopping by No Hippie Barbecue. I appreciate it. Comment, subscribe, and I'm out.